It's now time to slide into Kant's digital world. The conductor here is brilliant scientist himself, Dr. Badrul Khan. Dr. Khan is a famous author, an educator, a consultant, as well as a TV presenter. This morning, Dr. Khan's guest is Mr. Maze Nakashima. Let's hear out the dialogue.
Welcome to Khan's Digital World. Thank you for watching Khan's Digital World, and thanks for all of your support, those viewers communicating with us, sending us good suggestions. I appreciate it. And today, we're going to talk about something interesting. It's about spreading the word of digital world, the kind of things that we do in the digital world in a publication format, meaning that we're going to have a book on what we talk about in the TV show. So the name of the book will be Living in the Digital World. Today with me, I'm so happy to have Mr. Mace Nakashima, who is research associate for this show and also co-author of this new book called Living in the Digital World. Mace, it's so good to have you with us here, and I'd like to hear from you that when you started the idea of the book, the whole idea was that we are living in a digital world. Actually, we are living in a physical world around us because of all the technologies, all the activities through the technologies create kind of records, information. It becomes a part of the digital world. And let's talk about the book. What is the purpose of the book that we have to do? And what's in it for people, our viewers? Can you please talk about that?
Sure. Thank you for having me on. Well, due to the popularity from your TV shows, we've had a lot of interest in this, and we decided that it's very important to get the word out to as many people as possible. So we thought that a book would be a great idea, as well as an accompanying website and other documents. And we're going to be consulting with a lot of experts in many areas of eCommerce, eArgriculture, eMedicine, communications, and every other areas where the internet is involved. And so because of this, we're going to be looking at how people can use the new technologies to improve their lives and take advantage of these advancements. Many people are very overwhelmed by the rapid advancement of technology, but we'd like to explain how this can be of an advantage to the people, and also to make people aware of where the risks are and where people can take actions to reduce those risks.
Well, viewers, as you know, we are living in a physical world. Like I said, because of uses all different kind of technologies, a digital world is created around us. And we do things. We go for banking, we go for taking courses, we go for medical facilities. Every places that we go, our activities are in the digital world. Our transactions that we do are in the digital world. So in this book, people may have concern that what's book gonna do? Actually, within the scope of this television show, we can do so much. The purpose of the show is to make our viewers aware of the opportunities that we have in the digital world, and also challenges it face, that our viewers face in the digital world. Digital world, if you think about a physical world where we have rules and regulations, for example, we have rules and regulations such as when you're driving, we follow rule. And we want to make sure our street, our highways are secure, they are safe, so you can go to our destination without having any problem. Similarly, in the digital world, we should have rules and regulations. So the citizens of the digital world can follow this rule and become the good citizen both in the physical world and the digital world. So you see, in parallel, the physical world and digital world is in parallel. You cannot do one thing right and other thing, not good. So you have to have to have the balance between your existing in the physical world and everything that you do in the digital world also be part of your daily life. So you are you're becoming a dual citizen. You are a citizen of the physical world where you live in your home, and also everything that you do, it creates all the transactions that you're involved in creates the digital world. So you're also a citizen of the digital world. Having said that, in the book, suppose all the activities that happen in the digital world, so one can be very concerned about security. For example, when I stay in my home, I lock my safety box. Just want to make sure my assets, my properties are safe. What happens to the digital world, the records, the activities, the transaction I do? Talk about those security issues, please.
That's right, because when we go home, we lock our doors and protect our assets. But in this new world with digital transactions, we leave many of our valuables in other locations and entrust them to others. So we trust that they're locking their doors. And it's something which we have to be very vigilant about. And that's something we would like to address on our website and book about how we can increase our vigilance and encourage and insist upon this extra security by those who we entrust with our information.
So it seems like that because of all the emerging technologies, we are overwhelmed with so many things happening around us. So in this book, what are you going to cover? I know you're going to make people aware that opportunities are available. And you also want to help people to understand there are always risks involved in every activities. And so we want to show them how they can safeguard their existence in the digital world. Is this book is going to cover something to deal with how are you going to give them how to some kind of solutions, how to protect themselves? Or I'm also thinking, since I'm an author on this too, that why don't go beyond us to the general public, ask them to contribute cases, contribute their experience with the digital world, the things that work for them, things they were really having problem with. So this book, I believe, we will have activities that will help them to think about different issues, taking advantage of the digital world, at the same time safeguard their rights, safeguard their records.
Right. Well, I think where we can give some guidance as to how people can reduce their risk and increase their security. But the technology is ever evolving, so it's an ongoing process. That's why a website is very helpful as we learn new information and experts come up with new suggestions for how to improve their lives and improve their security. We can keep doing that. So, of course, we don't have one solution to solve it forever, but we hope to always be enabling all the digital citizens to reduce the risk as they move forward and to not be afraid to take advantage of some of these things. One idea we have also is to look at different approaches that digital citizens can have. There are some citizens who try to hide and try not to participate in this digital world, although they probably still leave a trail. And then there's others who've sort of given up with this and said, I'm just going to participate fully and post a lot of things to a lot of websites. So what we want to do is take a different approach where we look at integrating the whole approach of how do you live in this world as it's rapidly evolving in a way that benefits you most, taking advantage of the opportunities where you can, and also reducing the risks as you go along.
That's very good. So I'm thinking now, if I'm living in a physical world, I need to be more concerned about what's going on around me. So our viewers through the website, which is kansdigitalworld.com, will have a spot in there about with the book cover. You can contribute the stories, the case studies, something that you experienced that work for people. So it's all about we are developing the book. That does not really mean that it will not be contributed by others. So it will make it open. if you have a valid, credible cases of activities in digital world that work for you and which can be transferable to others throughout the globe. And also the experience of you have that really encounter becomes a barrier, and how you overcome those barriers, we'd like to hear from you. So think about this book is like it's like a knowledge base of people who experience things, and we're going to document that in the book. So do you have an idea of this book, how many pages that would be? And maybe you wouldn't know because we are working on it, and more we hear from our viewers, and it's growing and growing. So give us your ideas about who you're going to reach, how you're going to reach, what format the book will come, and how is going to be available to people all over the world.
Sure. The way I see it, as you say, it's going to be a living document because the world is constantly evolving. So we'll be adding new chapters in different areas related to different aspects, such as e-commerce. And this time everyone's concerned and active in shopping. Online shopping is very important. So we'll definitely have a section related to purchasing and security of your credit cards and everything in that aspect. And we want to have ongoing content added to the website on an ongoing basis so that we can keep it up to date as well as take on new areas continually.
Well, it seems like a lot of citizens of the physical world don't realize that they're also citizens of the digital world. You can't escape from the digital world because the moment you go to a doctor, there is a medical records on your name. The moment you go driving license, your records is there. So basically, you as a citizen of the physical world, you are also a citizen of the digital world. In the digital world, what I ask for all the governments in the world to come up with the international rules and regulations so one can be a good citizen of the physical world and becomes also a good citizen for the digital world. Unless we try that balance, we are going to be lagging behind. We just can't not deny the facilities of digital world with the different technologies. So the whole purpose of this show today has been that to extend our ideas, to extend our interest in digital world, we're going to have a publication. And this publication is going to be a vibrant publication, very dynamic. We're going to have links to cases, you have a multimedia, and also different episodes of these shows, of this show where we have interviews all different experts. They will all be available there. And also we will even extend our reach to globally to people who are working in the digital world. And having said that, I would ask my colleague, my co-author, my associate, Ms. Nakashima, to tell the viewers about the website and how they can contribute for the book.
Oh, again, the website's located at Khan's Digital World. That's KHANS digitalworld.com. And we welcome all of your feedback, areas of concern that could help us guide us toward what content to be adding next. And we would love to have all of your feedback on the content that we have as well.
Well, thank you, Mr. Mace Nakashima, for joining us today. And viewers, it is a wonderful time for us that we can document experience of digital world, what's happening in a book format. And we'll make sure this book is available to all of you. And until next time, I must say, see you again.